We're so happy to welcome our first guest, Kiarie, National Credentialed Registered Dietitian Nutritionist and founder of Mom and Tot Nutrition. She believes in the power of family meals and helps numerous parents navigate mealtime struggles without the stress or guilt. Thanks for joining us, Caitlin.
Thank you. So great to be here.
So, Caitlin, you're a mom of three boys.
Yep.
You're a registered dietitian.
Mm-hmm.
So you understand at mealtime what a struggle that can be.
Absolutely.
And I know too. What is your approach?
Yeah, honestly, when working with families, it's really important that we focus on how we show up at the table, and what are we bringing to the table? What are our thoughts or beliefs or actions around food? Because so often some of the struggles that many of us are facing with getting our kids to eat either the right amount or the right kind of foods, the things that we have decided are right, really stem out of the way we were raised with food and what we're thinking. And it's less so about the child. So that's where my work comes in, is to really try to help parents understand that relationship.
How do we change the past, though? It's how we were brought up. So what are the steps for us to do?
Right. Great question. We can't go backwards and change how we've been brought up and how we think about food, but we can really reflect a bit about our thoughts and see where that might be impacting our children. And then there's this idea of becoming more intuitive. There's a concept that you may have heard of called intuitive eating, and I try to help parents really uncover what is at the core for them of how they think about food, how they think about sugar, for example, or how they think about portion and filling up and how often we eat. All of these things play a role in how we then feed our child. So with intuitive eating, someone can really get back to their roots and really start to sense their body and allow their body to guide them.
I think these are concepts that adults will embrace, but I think it's very hard when you have younger kids. How can we get kids to embrace healthy eating without them feeling like we're judging them or without them doing really the exact opposite and rebelling, which I think we all know can happen so easily?
Correct. And it is very often that the more a parent has concern for their child's health or what they're eating, the more pressure they may inadvertently or subconsciously be placing on their child to eat in that way. And so the child rebels, as you mentioned, and we see that over and over again, whether we're talking about a picky eater or maybe an overeater, or you just want them to eat healthier, junk versus, healthy food. One of the main strategies is to try to take a step back, maybe not interfere so much, allow them to be intuitive, right? Rather than mother knows best, which I know we always think that we do, but they can really sense their hunger and fullness almost better than an adult, as you were saying before, it is a struggle for some adults. But kids are better because they're more in tune with their bodies than we are. They haven't had the lifelong history lesson of, don't eat so that you can fit a certain size, or, don't eat the sugar because that'll cause diabetes. They don't have all of those messages in the same way. So they can be more inherently intuitive. So one of the best things for parents to do is maybe take a step back, which I think surprises many when I say that, but I really want this result. And I said, well, we need to take a step back and actually allow your child to have a bit more freedom, and therefore they won't rebel as much, right? It's kind of like the same concept with maybe drinking, or for example, the more we control, the more we see that there's outlandish desire, and we want to quell the desire for that.
So I have two children, totally different eating habits. Son is 13, my daughter's 10. Dinner time. What is a parent to do if we're going to be giving them their time to learn about themselves and intuitively? But what is it? Two separate dinners that we're cooking for them?
That's a great question. Yeah. So no, actually the opposite. We want one meal for the entire family, and then we allow our children to be intuitive over how much they're going to eat and what parts of it they might feel comfortable eating. So for example, between two children, you might have one who is digging the roasted broccoli tonight and one who wants nothing to do with it. But we don't want to make, let's say, steamed carrots as an alternative, because then we're not allowing that child to be exposed to the other food and potentially at some point feel comfortable enough to try the broccoli, right? So not making two separate meals, one meal for the whole family, and then stepping back, which, if you think about it, a long time ago is more in line with the way families used to do dinner, right? I'm not sure if you can think back to your childhood, whether or not you were made a separate meal, or if it was like, this is dinner. Right. You eat it or you don't eat. And that theory has kind of drifted away in our current generation. We're more short order cooks. We're trying to please our children as much as possible. So no, just one meal for everybody, a lot easier, and then you allow your child to intuitively eat. It's
Just
not
the other night we had Uber Eats,
Mhm.
2 separate restaurants
We
coming
do
into the
too?
house.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
lucky. We can have something for everybody. What about positive messaging around food, just to make it a positive experience so that it's not, don't do this, don't do that, but you want them to eat healthy?
right. I think the worst thing you could do is using the word healthy sometimes around food, because that, like we said with the rebellion, right? So if a lot of times if you said to a kid, hey, there's this new healthy restaurant that just opened around the corner, like, you want to go? No. But if I said there's this new ice cream shop around the corner, do you want to go? They're ready.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think we need to be really careful about our language. So when we're using positive messaging, catch yourself. Are you having a motive of trying to get your kid to eat in a certain way? And if you are, if there's some secret motive, that's where we need to catch ourselves and stop and say, no, that's actually not up to me, right? My job is to offer the healthy food. That's it. And then role model the behavior. You know, we sit and eat, let's say the broccoli from my prior example, we sit and eat that with them. We enjoy it, but we don't talk about how healthy it is. We don't say, why don't you have a little broccoli? I notice you're having too much carbs. You know, I hear that a lot in my practice, working with families that a lot of children will gravitate towards carbohydrates. And because our society has told us that carbs are a problem, parents worry. But the truth is, children need carbohydrates. They taste good, they're quick fuel, they're growing bodies. They do need those carbohydrates. And we should allow them to listen and be intuitive to what they need.
This is such great advice. I'm sure every parent can take this to heart and use this right away.
Yeah.
Caitlin, thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for your time.
And coming up after the break, I'm going to be talking with the fairy bra mother, Lori Kaplan.
And later, fighting age discrimination in the workplace. Don't go away.